I'm on here, Bill.
Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. The addition of supplement to the official statement for the certificates of participation funding the 161 kV capital projects.
Thank you. I appreciate us gathering together in this special meeting. Appreciate all your response to it. I plan on reading to you this supplement because it explains exactly what was going on in our covenants that we've made for the loan, for the $10.8 million that we're going to get to do our electric project. It says that if there's anything material that changes to our future budgets or to the current atmosphere that we get that loan from, that we need to make it known. Our financial advisor and our financial counsel said we needed to take and do something that addresses the capacity market, what we're going to do and how it's going to affect us. So that's exactly what this page is for. I apologize. I'm going to read it to you because I believe it explains everything very, very clearly and exactly what we want to share with anybody that might be purchasing those certificates of participation. The MISO capacity auction. The Board of Public Works purchases electric capacity through the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, MISO, public market, power market. Each year, MISO holds an auction to set its capacity price. On April 14th, 2022, MISO held its annual auction in which time it increased its capacity price from $5 per megawatt per day to almost $237 per megawatt per day. The increased capacity price will take effect on June 1, 2022. MISO has attributed the price increase to greater demand than supply in certain portions of the MISO service area, generally because some older generating plants have been retired and not yet replaced with new resources. For the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023, the Board of Public Works had budgeted $73,000 to purchase capacity of 39.7 megawatts per day from MISO. Due to the significant and unexpected increase in the capacity price, the Board of Public Works now expects to pay approximately $3.4 million to MISO for capacity in the 2023 fiscal year. The Electric Fund currently holds approximately $17.6 million in reserves. Under the board's reserve policy statement, the Electric Fund should hold between $11.4 million and $14.3 million in reserves. Until the MISO capacity auction, the Board of Public Works had planned to use approximately $3 million of its reserves to make capital improvements throughout the 2023 fiscal year. The Board of Public Works now intends to use a portion of those funds to pay for the increased capacity costs in the 2023 fiscal year. Prior to the MISO capacity auction, the Board of Public Works obtained proposals from 2 firms to prepare a rate study. The Board of Public Works has engaged Utility Financial Solutions, LLC of Holland, Michigan, UFS, to prepare the study. The Board of Public Works has asked UFS to take MISO's increased capacity prices into account in preparing its recommendations for setting future rates and charges. Pursuant to the lease, the Board of Public Works has covenanted that it will fix, establish, maintain, and collect all such fees, rates, and charges for the use and services furnished by or through the electric system as will produce revenue sufficient to A, pay the cost of the operation and maintenance of the electric system, including basic rent payable under the lease during the current year. B, enable the board to have the then current fiscal year net revenues in an amount that will not be less than 125% of the amount required to be paid by the board in such fiscal year on account of both principal and of interest on all electric system revenue obligations at the time outstanding. And C, provide reasonable and adequate reserves for the payment of all electric system revenue obligations and the interest thereon, and for the protection and benefit of the electric system as provided in the lease and the declaration of trust. The definitions of revenues, net revenues, and electric system revenues obligations are included in Appendix B to the original official statement. The Board of Public Works intends to take appropriate actions, including managing expenses and potential rate increases to meet the rate covenants as set forth in the lease. I did put emphasis on that. The results of MISO's future capacity auctions are highly uncertain and cannot be predicted at this time, given the uncertainty and unpredictability. The projected financial information for the electric system for the fiscal year 2023-2024, shown in the table under the caption Electric System Finances, projected operating results, projecting coverage, and other financial information is hereby withdrawn. Except as expressly supplemented hereby, the original official statement remains unchanged. The emphasis that I put on there is the statement that we intend to take and keep and make all of those covenants. We've had some people give us direction that there's one way to do that, and that is to raise rates. And we're saying there's many ways we're going to do this, and we're going to take and look at this holistically. If we have to do anything with rates, we will have to do that. But if we can take and use our reserve fund to take and pull certain things down, we're going to do that. But we're going to make and meet those covenants as required. This is the statement that we would like you to approve. We have a resolution that we'd ask you to approve and sign, and that this would become that official document that we would give to our financial folks and to the underwriters.
Question?
I don't have any.
Melissa?
I think I'm good. It's pretty much what we discussed in the last meeting,
Mm-hmm. I'm good too.
Good.
Can I ask one?
Yes.
How does the power that you're buying from Prairie State go into the formula that you're buying? They're not charging the MISO rate, are they?
So there's a couple of things you look at. When we look at power, there's the base generation. They're providing that. They then take that base generation and count it towards, give us credit for that in the capacity market. We have I believe it's 62.4 megawatts, 64.2, something like that, megawatts that we have, which says that's the peak number of megawatts we're going to use in 1 year in 1 day. They then say that we're going to get 20 megawatts from Prairie State. That came right off. So that Prairie State actually benefited us 100% for the capacity auction. We then have to make up that difference of 39 point whatever megawatts. We were going out to the market to get that. We were able to purchase it for the last 5 years or 10 years even, from $11 to $5 was what that cost was per. This time it went from $5 to $236. And it really is, one of the things that happened at that market is the year before, they were saying we had more generation than we had demand. And that's what held it. They had a change of approximately 20 gigawatts of power. It went from an 8 or a 12 plus to an 8 minus. And with it, that really escalated those costs.
So then, to the naysayers that had complained about the Prairie State purchase, it's really going to pay off now.
It is very valuable to us. Yes. Yes, it's a gem.
We would have been buying all of that, 64 or whatever, per day from the market rather than
Correct.
40%.
Correct.
Yeah.
We'd have been really hanging out there.
Okay. Any other further questions, Mike? Hearing no further questions, do I have a motion to adopt this resolution?
Make a motion to adopt the new draft.
Do I hear a second?
Yes, second.
Do we need to have a roll call?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
I believe that takes care of everybody.
Second item, we'll get to it quickly.
Okay.
We have gone out to bid and received the final contract for the Oakwood substation upgrades, the installation contract. And we had several bidders that we gave papers to. We only had 2 that were returned. The qualified lowest bid, as per our engineers, is Capital Line Builders for $1.373 million. If we can approve this, we will get that to them just as quickly as possible. Again, with supply chain issues and those things, time is of the essence here. And so we appreciate you again stepping up to do this at this special meeting. It is my recommendation that you give me the authority to sign the contract with Capital Line Builders so that they can get on with the job just as quickly as possible. It is, I believe the engineer's estimate was right at $1 million. So it's still significantly over our engineer's estimate. But again, it is holding very true to all of the other things that are going on in the construction world today.
Yes. Questions, anybody?
No, this is the same that was covered in our last meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't changed, so I move we give the authorization for general manager to go ahead and sign that contract.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Sorry.
Thank
Anything
you.
else?
Thank you. That is it.
That is it. Quick and painless.
The other thing you'll see is we do not have an executive session because we're trying to just keep everything out in front of and as transparent as possible. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
So I make a motion that we adjourn.
Oh,
Second.
I
Oh,
apologize.
hold on, Bill.
I apologize. I do have one other thing. For the resolution, it says that the president will sign and our secretary will sign. I believe the last time we simply made a motion that John could sign as the secretary to attest.
There was just a discussion.
What's that?
There was no motion, there was just a discussion.
Got it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion that we allow the Vice President John Ortworth to sign in Bill D's absence.
I'll second.
I have a
I'll
second.
that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 There we go.
Thank you. Now now you may adjourn.
All right.
I'll second his motion to.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn. So all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Take care of yourself, Bill.
Thanks for your work.
Yep. Bye-bye.